So, at your company, a few testers have been laid off, but kept you and you had to take on their responsibilities. So, what do you think made you the tester to keep as opposed to being laid off?
So something I've been hearing lately that I think I did without trying over the years was building a talent stack. So a lot of times you'll have testers that are really good at testing. You'll have some testers that really know the business really well. So a lot of times those will be business users. And then you have programmers, and sometimes programmers are just kind of thrown in and told to, do some testing or whatever, but they only know one of those things. So um, by building on all three of those, so for example, as let's say a dedicated tester, knowing the business really well, learning the business really well, that helps you in your testing, makes you more valuable. If you can program, that also makes you a better tester and gives you more insight into where the software you're testing could have problems, right? So all those things build into a talent stack that make you a more valuable member. And then in addition to that talent stack, if you start learning things like business analysis. So for example, I've had to function as a business analyst for a company for companies that didn't have business analysts because they didn't hire that as a position, but that responsibility still had to happen and somebody had to do it. And the developer wasn't going to do it. So guess what? I just learned how to do it. I've never had that title, but I've done the role quite a bit. So if a company has to start cutting back, the first people they're going to start cutting back are those that are really just specialized, assuming they have other people that can do it, obviously.
Mhm.
If you have somebody that's a specialist that he's the only one that does it, well, okay. But in most circumstances, if I've got a team of four and I have to cut back to three, the guy who goes is the guy who can only do one thing, right? So
Mhm.
really, today, building that talent stack, I think, is really critical, not just for keeping your current job, for getting your next job.